Despite what I'm about to say in this video, I am no aero skeptic. It's a surefire way to make yourself quicker, or my favourite, go the same speed for less effort. I love carbon deeps, can often be found riding an aero-ish frame, and I've even got a soft spot for aero profile handlebars. However, despite only just beginning, 2023 has already seen more than its fair share of ridiculous cycling creations, all supposedly in the name of being more aerodynamic. Here's the ones that I think look the most ridiculous, and let me know any that I should have included down in the comments section below. Has Aero gone too far? Let's take a look. Kicking us off, we have the infamous specialised balaclava. It's certainly not pretty. This was first seen in July last year at the Tour de France, worn by some riders under the latest S-Works TT5 helmet. And yes, while Specialized sponsored athletes were dressing up as cops and robbers in the name of aero, G was forgetting to take his gilet off. Speaking of Ineos, our next aero gain to make it into the ridiculous corner is in fact the Mercedes C-Class Estate. So no, not exactly the car itself, but this is the vehicle that regularly gets stacked up to high heaven with spare bikes and then driven around TTs as closely as possible behind Filippo Ganna. However, from the 1st of January, a 15-metre minimum gap between the rider and team car aims to eliminate this advantage, which was calculated to be small but noticeable. Around 4 seconds over 50 kilometres, so that's about 1 to 2 seconds given the length of most road race TTs. We've already been treated to some great racing in 2023, and one of those early season events was the Tour Down Under. It was during the prologue here that we saw some absolute aero monstrosities. How do these turned-in shifters sit with you? This is of course to overcome the UCI's new rule banning handlebars narrower than 35 centimetres. It was also the cause of my favourite tweet of the year so far. It comes pre-crashed to save time later. It was also during the Tour Down Under that we were introduced to these aero sunglasses. Oh yes, even your shades aren't safe from the wind. Now formally released as the Poc Propel, these £230 glasses claim to deflect the air around your ears, which, don't you know, are supposedly very un-aero. Come on Evolution, keep up. If that wasn't enough, then maybe try out this aero base layer. Oh yeah, you heard that right. This Rule 28 aero base layer drew our attention when worn by Magnus Sheffield. It will set you back £149.99, but Hoob makes an even more expensive and similarly cropped offering for £159.99. We definitely predict seeing a lot more of these though as the year progresses and other teams cotton on. We thought we'd seen it all at the Tour Down Under, including road bikes with disc wheels. However, when Dylan Groenewegen then won at the Saudi Tour, we spotted yet another aero goodie. Riders have long been using aero helmets, but how about this aero cover over his Giant Pursuit helmet? A helmet that is already claiming to be quite aero. Covering the vents in helmets is by no means a new idea. Cav did it back in 2011 when he won the World Champs, and Velotoes released their helmet condoms, that's not their official name, in 2016. None of these ideas really took off though, most likely because they all look ridiculous. And we hope that the cycling world continues to see sense. The other problem with using an aero cover is of course that it's too cheap. For maximum results on the local TT, you need something that screams money. Luckily, CeramicSpeed has come up with the aero oversized pulley wheel system, and that costs €739. What's the benefit? Well, CeramicSpeed claim that a drag saving of 40% compared to a standard cage. That sounds pretty good until you realise that it equates to 7.2 seconds over a 40k time trial. You can do the maths on that one. And then there's the fact that this testing was done without a rider on the bike. Now, I did enough aerodynamics at university to know that some moving legs in front of this area is going to cause some serious turbulence. Personally then, I'll be taking these claims with a pinch of salt. Of course, bikes themselves have also been sculpted by the wind. The Cadex tri-frame set, like this one shown here, gave us a glimpse of what's possible when the rulebook is chucked out the window. But there's plenty of radical aero tech on road bikes too. The Trek Madone gained a hole, the Bianchi Ultra RC gained head tube air deflectors, although you're only allowed to train with them, you can't race with them. And Ribble gave the handlebars a lot to eat. Just look at these, designed to work in unison with the rider. These are designed to cause a wake in which the rider's moving legs sit, and despite being more draggy by themselves, claim to reduce the overall drag on the bike and rider. In my opinion, they're not exactly pretty though, but in fairness to the Ribble, The Ultra SLR, to which these are attached, starts at £4,799, which is quite a few £1,000s less than most brands' top-end aero bikes of a similar spec. If you feel like you still haven't spent enough on marginal gains, then how about these $239.99 Speedplay aero pedals? Wahoo says that these not only offer a sleek look on the bike, but the decreased drag makes higher speeds easier to hit. Nope, you don't even get a wishy-washy watt saving with these. And finally, to make it onto my list is this man here. Yep, that's Dan Bigham. Don't get me wrong, as a former F1 aerodynamicist, Team Ineos performance engineer, and former hour world record holder, he undoubtedly knows his stuff about cheating the wind. But it would seem that to be as aerodynamic as possible, you're not allowed to look where you're going. In recent years, there's been a flurry of time trial crashes, with some riders even calling for time trial bikes to be banned. Now, of course, this isn't purely Bigham's fault, but whilst the rules allow it, and riders are required to train on public roads, there's always going to be those looking to maximise performance. After Egan Bernal's crash, Tom Pidcock said, "Positions are getting more and more extreme, and we spend more time trying to hold these positions." The Yorkshire-born rider then said, "You don't necessarily see where you're going." I think that most people will agree that when you can no longer see where you're going, aero has indeed gone too far. Let us know which one of these aero products or tricks you think is the most ridiculous down in the comment section below. And of course, add anything that you think we've missed. If you found this video interesting, then please give us a like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep producing content like this. We'll see you next time.